Hey friends, it's time for a Tuesdays with Tina. Today, we're going to be talking about syringes, aspects of syringes to think about when you are selecting one that works for you. And I have about 5 different syringes here that I'm going to review and talk about pros and cons and things for you to think about because really no syringe is made equal for us. When we're trying to select a syringe, we want to think about it as if we're trying to find the right pair of running shoes, right? The running shoes that work for me are not going to work for you. The brand that works for me may not work for you. So it's the same thing with all of our other instruments that we use, all of our, however you choose to decide your mirror handle, the instruments that you are working with your patient care, the kind of unit setup you have. Everybody has something that works best for them, for their body, for their hands, and syringes are no different. So I'm just going to start off with just kind of the syringe that we basically know about. This is our more traditional style syringe. Nice large thumb ring. This finger rest right here. This is a wingless finger rest, and makes it really nice because then you can easily hold it anywhere you want, any way you want. The window and the finger rest, the barrel of the syringe and the finger rest are nice and stable together. This is going to be one of the styles that you're going to see most often in your offices. And this is great for people who have larger hands that I would say like wear probably a size large to extra large glove. This is going to be a style that works really, really well for you. The nice thing is that the style is the least expensive kind. The things to think about with this is this has a thumb ring right here that has a little bolt in there that can come unscrewed so the thumb ring can loosen from the rest of the piston. The other thing is the needle adapting end can also become loose as well and be separated off from the barrel. Pros and cons to both. These little parts are replaceable. So if something were to happen to the needle adapter end, say it got bent or corroded, you wouldn't have to buy a whole brand new syringe. You could just replace the part. That's kind of cool. The other thing to think about is that oftentimes these become loose, fall out, and then you have to replace the part, which can be a challenge. So this is a very standard style, very large window. You can see this is a nice big window here, so it makes it easy to see your anesthetic syringe, smaller window in the back. Most manufacturers have something like this. This one is a Henry Schein brand. That just happens to be where I got it from. All right, and then there's this one here. This is the one that I often use during my demonstrations. Very, very similar. You can see that these two are very, very similar. The biggest difference is the wings. So this one has wings. Makes it nice too because you can have your finger rest, but it also gives you some support right here for your index and your middle fingers to have that little extra rest. Some people find it nice to be able to try to pinch. I don't care for that particular style as well. Everything else that I said about the this version, the wingless model, holds true. The thumb ring can become unscrewed, and then also that needle adapting end right here can also come unscrewed. Pros and cons with both of those options. But again, fairly inexpensive when we're talking about syringes in general. This style is fairly inexpensive. Works very, very well for my friends who have larger hands. Perfect. And most places have that style. Now, moving into something different, this version right here is very similar to, right, we have the wings. They both have wings. The biggest difference that you're going to see, obviously the visual, is this one's blue. This has silicone in it, which makes it nice for grip, so your thumb and fingers don't slide so much. But the other thing is this thumb ring right here is oval, right? This one is round. So for those individuals that have smaller thumbs, maybe a smaller hand, this size of thumb ring might be a little bit more comfortable for you. because of the silicone grip that's on here, the thumb ring stays screwed onto the piston of the syringe. However, this adapting end does come unscrewed. Same thing with the large window here and the smaller window in the back. This one is a Miltex brand, but several organizations, several different companies have something like this. And I forgot to say this one is a Hugh Freedy. So that's a Hugh Freedy brand. Okay. Very, very similar. These three are all very similar in their style, with a 360-degree finger rest, what I consider a 360-degree finger rest. These two have the wings on there, which can be a little bit nicer for stability. And then we get into silicone grip and oval thumb ring. Then we transition to a different version, different style. And this particular type of syringe is not a 360-degree finger rest. You can see it's just the sides, right? It's just the sides that we have here. The other thing is we can see that we do have oval thumb rings, which is awesome. The cool thing about these particular ones, so this one right here is PDT. I love this particular syringe. This one comes in a small, medium, and large. This right here is a medium, and you can see it has this nice oval thumb ring. We have a very large window, but also on the back side, there's additional windows to make it a little bit easier to see your anesthetic. So when you're aspirating, you can see easier from the front and the back side. The other thing is the thumb ring and the piston are all one unit. So those do not come unscrewed, so you don't have to worry about losing them. Downside is if something were to happen to this, you would have to replace the entire syringe. Okay. Same thing. This one is Septodont. Septodont also has a few different sizes available. Their sizes are color coded. The main difference between these two, in my opinion, I have not weighed them, but just from feels like the PDT one has a little more weight behind it. I feels like I can feel it in my hand a little bit more. I personally like that. I like having that feel. For some individuals, they prefer a lighter feeling. Now, I probably should weigh these, but I haven't yet. So some people may prefer the Septodont version. All of these syringes are great, and it's just a matter of finding one that fits your hand. Now, if you have one that doesn't fit your hand and you don't have a way to get a new one, right? Maybe that's all that's available. There are some things that you can do to wrap the thumb ring to make it a little bit more comfortable, and that is a discussion for another day. Friends, thank you very much for listening to this episode of Tuesdays with Tina, talking about syringes, syringe sizes. My best advice for you: find a syringe that fits well in your hand. Try it out, wear gloves when you try it out, and put a cartridge of anesthetic in it, play with it, aspirate, deposit the solution, feel how it is in your hand, and I know that that's going to help you increase your confidence in your injections and help you hit your best shot.